Hello everyone, I'm Lauren Conrad, and I'm very excited to be talking about my new book series, LA Candy. LA Candy is a book about a girl who moves to LA, and she winds up on a reality show, not really looking for it, because unlike most people who come to LA, they move there to act and model. And so she gets thrown into this show that becomes a success, and she kind of has to deal with it all at once. And kind of all the funny things that happen with her and how her friendships are changed and her relationships. And it's also a little bit of an insider's look into young Hollywood. One of the main questions I get asked is how close these books will be to my life. I think that it's best to write what you know. There's going to be a lot of things in the books that people who, if they've at all, followed our story, will be like, oh, I know exactly what they're talking about. Things will be changed, characters will be changed, but there's definitely characters that have been inspired by people I know. And the reason that I did that is because I would love to write a tell-all and kind of tell the story, but in order for me to tell my story, I would have to tell everybody else's, and I don't really think that's my place. So this was kind of my way of having fun with it, but at the end of the day, I'm not really giving anyone away, and no one will really know for sure. Friendship's really important to me, and I think it's a really prominent theme in these books because it's something that's really relatable, and that's one of the main points, is that regardless of all these things going on in the main character's life, she still has to deal with friendships just like anyone else. Unfortunately, she has media and she has all these other things that get in the way and kind of make problems bigger than they are and complicate things. Being called a role model is actually something that makes me really nervous. Because it's hard to think that your actions are going to affect someone else or set an example for someone else, because everyone makes mistakes, and it's hard enough to deal with the consequences, let alone knowing that the consequences are also affecting other people. A lot of times at the end of the day, I've started writing about my day, but putting it into different characters and different situations and kind of inserting the funny things that happen every day that have become the norm for us into this book, because they're not normal, they're funny things. I had so much fun writing the outline. I got so into it where I was actually writing it when I was on vacation with my family in Italy, and I would, at the end of after dinner, I would go home or back to our hotel, and I would sit there and just write for hours. And I got so into it. And I'd have like 5-hour car rides that I would just write. And I started talking about these characters as if I knew them. And my parents, I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna happen between these two, but wait, she doesn't know that. And I was like getting all into it, and my parents thought it was so funny. But you really get drawn in, and I think in order to do a good job, you have to develop a relationship with the characters.